Hey, welcome to the week of March 9th. Shit. Fuck. Well, alright. I'll deal with it. We got, some kind of intense, heavy energy this week. We got the Seven of Wands, and we got the Five of Swords. These are both cards of conflict. These are also both cards of sort of feeling like maybe a little bit like people are out to get us. And they might be. I hate to say that, but I don't mean to encourage a paranoia, because certainly paranoia has been a major theme lately. Honestly, I just said this to my friend, everyone's losing their goddamn minds, you know? A lot of people are freaking out this coronavirus. A lot of people are freaking out over these recent elections, you know? People are very heated right now. There's just something in the air. So I guess it's not a surprise to see these two cards come up. And I am not at all... In fact, that's the message this week. It's to be aware that there is fear-mongering afoot, to be aware that there is chaotic energy, to be aware that there is a lot of miscommunication still, maybe, even though I think we just exited Mercury retrograde. We're in the Mercury retrograde shadow now. So it might even be that some prior disagreements or some prior miscommunication that happened in Mercury retrograde is now, kind of coming to a head. I think that there is sort of a need to deal with the fact that everyone's lost their mind. And to me, that means let's not lose our own minds, right? So the Five of Swords are mental energy, and the Five can indicate, trying to win at all costs, so that, even, it's just kind of being a sore winner, almost. And then the Seven of Wands is feeling kind of like everyone, that you're on your own, right? There's, this one lizard guy, or dinosaur, or what have you, he's defending himself. It's he's standing out amongst the pack, but as a result, he's having to kind of, deflect a lot of, negative energy. And so, I just want to, really encourage us this week to get grounded, and to really find our own inner core and our own inner peace. That's something I'm always saying, but it's I don't have to buy into the fear-mongering. I don't have to engage. I don't have to get attached. For example, I'm doing these readings on March 3rd when everyone's voting, so I don't know at this point at the reading how it turned out. But by the time I release this video, we'll have known I think we'll know who the Democratic nominee is. And some people are going to be upset, right? That's just a fact. Any way you slice it, there are going to be people who are upset. And you might be upset. I might be upset. I don't... But, to the extent... But that's what I'm saying. Let's say it's, the person we didn't want, and let's say, coronavirus, everyone around us is starting to get it. What I'm saying is kind of almost a surrender, and this is a little dark, a little fucked up, but I truly kind of think it's where we're at spiritually, psychologically, which is just kind of letting it wash over us a little bit, not engaging, not attaching, not continuing to fight at all costs, not continuing. It's just kind of I think that there's a real importance of knowing that things are a little fucked up right now, but that there is still hope that things are going to get better, and this isn't the end of the world, even though it always feels like the end of the world, right? I think we have to be very mindful of the fact that there are forces in this world, whether they are the media, the 1%, whether it's just collective hive mind anxiety. I don't know what it is. I'm not trying to claim I know that the Illuminati exists and that they're controlling everything to make us afraid. I'm just saying, no matter where all this negative, chaotic energy is coming from, we as human individuals get to have the choice of how much importance we give it, how much power we give it over us. And I know that's a hard thing to do sometimes, but I also think having a sense of humor can really deflect some of that energy. So, for example, like with coronavirus, my joke is like, oh, if I got coronavirus, then at least I could finally relax, you know? Just kind of like, of course, I don't really want to die, but I think we have to be somewhat real about the fact that having a relationship with death and conflict and anxiety and fear is part of the gig of being human. And so, as all this shit comes up with this energy, it's really an opportunity for us to just really navigate how we navigate it. Like, by meaning, like, we get to kind of have that non judgmental awareness about where we're reacting, what scares us, what triggers us, what sets us off, what makes us go down dark places in our minds, and to try to make peace with all of it on a super fucking deep level. And I'm not saying that this doesn't mean that this type of acceptance, this type of radical acceptance, I'm not saying it means we don't try to change things for the better at some point still. But I am saying that we kind of create this protective layer of ourselves of kind of having that peace because we're just sort of acknowledging our own power to choose how we engage with this conflict and with this fear and with this energy. We can choose to not believe it. We can choose to stand by ourselves. We can choose to find new avenues to make the change we want. I just think that there is a lot of hope still available, but I think for us to really find the treasure that we're looking for or like the salvation that we want, I think we also have to take this opportunity to address fear and to do it in a way where we actually transcend it. And I really think a sense of humor is part of that. Deep acceptance, deep radical acceptance, and a sense of humor are kind of the balm, the like aloe vera over all of this shit. So, yeah, intense, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, bye.